For ingredients, we're going to be having onions, next some blended tomatoes, 2 carrots diced, 2 green chilies chopped, some coriander leaves chopped, garlic and ginger paste, some basil leaves, some bay leaves, oregano leaves, cayenne spice, paprika spice, Royco mchuzi mix, some soy sauce, and of course lentils. So in a pan, fry in your onions and oil and cook them for about 3 minutes until your onions become soft. So our onions have cooked for about 3 minutes. Next up, we're going to be adding in our garlic and ginger paste, and we're going to be cooking that for about 5 minutes under very low heat to ensure that it doesn't stick. So once our garlic and ginger paste has cooked, we are going to add in carrots. Now once we add in the carrots, we're going to keep stirring them until they gather the flavors of the onions, the garlic and the ginger paste for about 2 to 3 minutes. So at this point, I had added in some bay leaf and cayenne spice that I forgot to fill. So next up, I'm going to be adding in paprika spice, about a tablespoon, and then next I'm going to also add in some basil leaves, about 1 tablespoon or 1.5 tablespoons of basil leaves. And then next up, I'm also going to be adding in oregano leaves, about a tablespoon also. And then I'm also going to add in my tomato puree. And then once I've added in my tomato puree, I'm just going to stir that very gently as all those flavors combine in the sufuria. I'm going to ensure that all the flavors mix together, and then I'll cover and let it simmer for another 10 minutes or so. So our carrots have cooked for another 10 minutes. And then so next up, what I'm going to add in is our Royco mchuzi mix that I've mixed with some water. And then I'm going to give it just a gentle stir for less than 10 seconds. And then I'm going to add in soy sauce, about 1/4 cup. Now at this point, note that I haven't added any salt, and that is because mchuzi mix is very salty as well as soy sauce. But I'm going to taste it and see whether the salt is really enough. If it's not, then we're going to make adjustments as we go on. So I'm giving it a second taste just to confirm. So at this point, I felt like the salt isn't enough. So I'm going to add about a pinch of salt or 2. And then I'm going to stir it and then give it another taste before I can add in my lentils. So it tastes really good up to this point. So I got the salt right at that point. So now I'm going to add in the lentils, and then I'm just going to slowly stir them because they were pre-cooked already, so they are ready. They are almost ready, if not ready at this point. So I'm just going to stir them gently to ensure that they don't get mashed up. Continue mixing until all the flavors mix in together with the lentils. And then next up, I'm going to add in about a cup of water. Now my fingers showed 2, but I felt like 2 was too much, so 1 cup will do for me. So I'm just going to mix everything now fully in, and then I'm going to let the entire broth, if that's what you can call it at this point, cook for 10 minutes under very low fire because we do not want them to start sticking. So I believe at this point my lentils are fully ready, so I'm going to add in my dania as garnish, and I'm not going to even cook them for long. I'm basically just going to stir them for about 10 seconds and that's gonna be it. So at this point the garnish has already mixed into the lentils, and I'm just going to turn off my fire and serve with my favorite, which is chapati.